Hall in Minneapolis, both going to the second ballot. So in one city, a history-making upset, and the other, a re-election. So we'll talk about that. Also a big night for Democrats across the country, winning a number of key contests, signaling a shift heading into next year's midterms. And hundreds of local doctors walk off the job. They work for Allina clinics across the metro, and they are pushing for increased staffing levels and also better benefits. So we'll take you there as well. Plus, the Ravens are up next for the Vikings. A look at how J.J. McCarthy is working to keep the momentum just going. A big one last game, so hopefully that just continues for the Vikings.
I know. I feel like it's only Wednesday, but let's talk about the weekend.
Yes,
first, let's talk about the weather, though. It was so beautiful out there today. Chief Meteorologist Ian Leonard, and that supermoon got up this morning. It was still dark out, and I felt like somebody with like a strobe light coming into the house. It was crazy. So
how early did you get up?
Before you.
Well, that's a given. I mean, a regular morning for Kelsey's like 5.
No,
she gets up, she paints the house, makes brooches.
Kelsey
you know,
has had a whole day by the time we get
totally.
up.
Well, you know, I still have kids in school, so we got to get them up and get them going. And so anyway, it was like 6:15. It was still dark, but that supermoon was like.
You can read.
It was like a movie set light,
yeah,
yes.
You can actually go outside and read, and we've got that again tonight. Thankfully, it's much more clear this evening into tomorrow morning before the clouds arrive. 50 degrees right now. I think you can safely call today a lovely November day, although not as warm as yesterday, but we're back into another beauty tomorrow. It was a windy and warm September day. That's what it says on my calendar, September, at least until Friday. Then the big chill arrives. And I will tell you, you know, there's been a lot of speculation online from other people about, oh, snow's coming, and I'll be like, whoa, slow your roll. It's all about the chill this weekend. More than anything, it is about the chill that deepens come Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We'll wake up in the low 30s and have overnight lows in the low 20s. That's what I want you to think about, how cold it's going to get. So we'll talk about that here in about 10 minutes.
I don't want to think about that.
Well, think warm thoughts, but dress for cold air.
Okay. All right. That's good. I'll be okay. Thanks, Ian. Well, now back to our election coverage tonight with a look at some of the biggest races here in the metro. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey will serve another 4 years, now a third-term mayor, and he's made it clear that it's his last. The mayor thanking his family, his staff, the voters today, and talking about the work that he'll be doing in his next term. Fox 9's Karen Scullin joining us now with more on what he had to say after he did seal this victory. Karen?
Well, Mayor Frey says he wants to continue on some of his priorities, working on them. Things like adding more police officers to the MPD, police reform, also affordable housing. But he also said he really wants to work better with City Council, saying they'll work better if they unify. Obviously, there have been a lot of clashes with some City Council members over the last 4 years. He really hopes this time around that can change.
This city is on the verge of a great comeback. And the way it will come back even faster is where we are all working together. And we're going to make sure we're both building out the relationships with those that agree and those that disagree, again, to find those common threads where we're all on board and we can move as ambitiously and as efficiently as possible.
Now, he also said that he really wants to get things ready for his successor. He's made it clear this is and will be his last term. So to do that, he does have a few more changes he wants to make to government structure, to city government structure. We'll have to see how that all plays out. But I got the feeling that he'll be done when he's got things ready for the next person up. Kelsey?
Yeah. You know, Karen, this got heated at times. Has he heard from any of his opponents in the race to congratulate him?
Yeah, he has heard from Jazz Hampton. He's also heard from Dwayne Davis, both congratulating him for the win. He has not heard from Minnesota State Senator Omar Fateh at last check, and that was about an hour ago. No word from Fateh yet on the end of this race, of this campaign. Back to you.
All right, the election day that ended on Wednesday in this mayoral race. Thank you, Karen Scullin in Minneapolis tonight.
All right, let's talk about him. Mayor Jacob Frey's main challenger, State Senator Omar Fateh, had hoped ranked choice voting would put him over the top, but he faced a major gap after last night's first tabulation, one that he just couldn't surmount. So Fox 9's Rob Olson is live in Minneapolis tonight with Fateh's reaction to his loss and what his campaign achieved. Rob, what did he have to say today? I'm sure disappointed in the turnout, but also maybe very proud about how far they went.
Yeah, proud of some of the things that they introduced in this campaign that they felt were, certainly minor successes here, if not major successes. He mounted a serious challenge to Mayor Jacob Frey. You'll recall this past summer actually getting the Minneapolis DFL endorsement before the Frey campaign challenged it over procedural issues, and the Minnesota DFL then took that endorsement away. But we'll show you some of Fateh here on the campaign trail and from last night, too. I mean, after last night's first round, he was a pretty big gap. He was about 15,000 votes shy of Mayor Jacob Frey after that first tabulation, but they had really hoped that a kind of a concerted effort among some of the other competitors to make sure that Frey wouldn't get any second choice votes, that might all go to Omar Fateh, but they did not. After that second round, the final round tabulated today, he shortened that gap a little bit, but was still 8,000 votes shy of Mayor Jacob Frey. And just minutes after that final vote was tabulated, he posted a thanks on social media. We could show you that here on Facebook, saying, "While this was not the outcome we wanted, I am incredibly grateful to every single person who supported our grassroots campaign. I'll keep fighting alongside you to build the city that we deserve." A longer statement then came a few minutes later from his campaign, quoting Omar Fateh again, saying, "Thank you to every single person who believed in this scrappy campaign, who believed in a vision for Minneapolis that was more affordable, that was more accountable, who showed up and worked and refused to give up on this city." Continuing on, he said, while they may have won this race, we have changed the narrative about what kind of city Minneapolis can be, because now truly affordable housing, workers' rights, and public safety rooted in care are no longer side conversations. They are the center of the narrative. And again, that's what they're kind of pointing to, and that is to the sort of the victories of their campaign, even though they lost the race, feeling that they introduced some of these things even more to the forefront than what they were. Repeated request today for on-camera reaction. We did not get any response to that. And it's unclear what his future plans may be, electorally speaking, if he'll try to run again. But he does have another year remaining in his state Senate term. Back to you.
Yeah, it will be interesting to watch and see what those future plans are. Rob Olson reporting live tonight in Minneapolis. And the final Minneapolis City Council race was called this afternoon as well. Pearl Warren declared the unofficial winner of Ward 5. So that seat was previously held by Jeremiah Ellison, one of 3 council members who did not seek re-election. Warren wins this one with 48.4% of the vote.
And history was made in St. Paul last night. Voters elected Kaohly Vang Her, the first woman and Hmong American to lead the city. She defeated the incumbent Mayor Melvin Carter, which was considered a bit of an upset since she only entered this race in August. Also interesting, she'll work alongside a city council made up of all women. Melvin Carter had more first choice votes, but not enough to win outright. And after the second round of votes were allocated, Her was the clear winner, denying Melvin Carter a 3rd term as mayor.
Here's my commitment to you as your next mayor. I will always show up. We are a large city, but a small community. Being involved matters. How we run our government matters. How we show up for people in every corner of our city matters.
Her will only serve a 3-year term, as the mayoral election will switch from odd to even numbered years starting in 2028. In conceding the race, Carter congratulated her in a Facebook post overnight, saying in part, quote, "While we may not agree on everything, we all have a much greater set of challenges that can only be faced together." He says, "My team and I stand ready to help set Rep. Her up to hit the ground running," adding, "Serving the city as mayor has been an honor of a lifetime." And you can find out all the results for all 201 Minnesota elections, from mayoral races to city council races and school referendums, by going to our website, fox9.com. All right, healthcare workers are demanding more help from Allina Health to address the increase in patients at their clinics.
Members of the Doctors Council's SEIU led a one-day strike today. Both sides failed to reach a contract agreement on Tuesday for more than 600 workers. So they argue that Allina has ignored staffing shortages, which has affected the overall care for patients.
Our patients are still facing excessively long wait times just to have their labs drawn after seeing their provider. And we still cannot provide basic in-house lab services that we used to provide, having to send our patients to the ER for care that we used to be able to provide in clinic.
Workers are also demanding guaranteed benefits and higher wages.
Developing in Roseville this afternoon, 2 people found dead inside a vehicle in a Best Buy parking lot. This is on the 1600 block of County Road B2. Police say that a customer saw 2 people in a vehicle who appeared to be passed out at the time, and that person alerted a manager. When police got on the scene, they found those 2 people had been shot and a gun inside the vehicle. Police say that there is no threat to the public and they continue to investigate.
Weather-wise today, a beautiful day. We had some nice sunshine to kind of get us through the middle of the week.
Yeah, it felt really good out there. I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
The sunshine was just perfect today.
Are you saying it's going to end?
Well, I mean, it won't last for the rest of the week.
The end is near. We'll get one of those sandwich boards and we can walk around with a bell.
I mean, sunshine is nice when you can get it, but it doesn't always come.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I should put that in like
that's a good one. On a bumper sticker. Sunshine. Honey, I can't read that bumper sticker. What does it say? Look, there's one word here on the map that really is the focus of the forecast as we get towards Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But you know, once we sort of spell our way through the middle of this month, it is a bit of an up and down roller coaster ride. And this isn't the end of a warm-up. I'll put that's double stamp no races, because toward the end of next week, I think Simone and Kelsey are going to be fine. But yesterday I talked about the flow for our shoulder seasons, fall and spring. And anytime we can tap into a flow out of the north, it is going to be cool. Look, this is a glancing blow of cool air, because if you follow that area of high pressure, I want you to really concentrate on the overall flow here. So it's around the high. And we end up with this glancing blow of the real cool air here across the north. That's great news, at least for now. Tomorrow is another spectacular day. But we'll talk about clouds, we'll talk about cold, we'll even talk about chilly. I think it's safe to put the words cold and chilly in the forecast. Wake up temperatures this weekend in the low 20s. Daytime highs?
I'm
not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Because then you won't like me, you won't talk to me during the commercials. Well, I'll spill the beans here. I'll spill, no, what is it? What's the tea? I'll have the tea for you here in 10 minutes.
You're learning.
Look how hip, I'm so hip.
In the right context.
I've got the tea for you in about 10 minutes.
Okay, don't add the little viewers. Don't add that.
That's not good?
No.
This part?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You lost it there.
Okay.
Thanks, Ian. All right, the Vikings coming off a big win over the Lions, and up next it will be the Ravens. So we're talking with Ahmad Hicks, getting an update on some injuries, and also J.J. McCarthy's mindset.
Plus, we take you behind the scenes as a cannabis business is inspected by the Office of Cannabis Management.